Greetings everyone, welcome back to my channel. Here's your daily news report and fourth stimulus check update. Democratic lawmakers in Congress are worried that President Joe Biden may not be able to pass the bills that would provide American people with more financial relief. Senate Democrat Joe Manchin is being urged to agree with his Democratic colleagues. In a video later this evening, I will be announcing the winners of this week's $75 Amazon gift card giveaway. But you can still enter the giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel, like the video, and please remember to leave a comment below. Thank you so much, everyone. Democratic Senator Joe Manchin is resisting growing pressure from his fellow Democrats to go it alone on President Joe Biden's proposed $2.3 trillion tax and spending plan. Even as infrastructure negotiations between the White House and a coalition of Republicans ran into a wall this week. When asked whether he supported using budget reconciliation to pass the American Jobs Plan package, Senator Manchin said, "I'm not close to the thought process on that. We're just trying to find an infrastructure bill we can all agree on." The political advocacy group backed by billionaire Charles Koch has been pressuring Manchin to oppose key parts of the Democratic agenda, including filibuster reform and voting rights legislation. That lobbying effort appears to be paying off, since Manchin has said that he opposed eliminating the filibuster and that he would not vote for the For the People Act. But 60 votes are needed to break the filibuster in the Senate in order to allow legislation to get a final vote. Democrats, who have 50 seats, have narrow control of the chamber because of Vice President Kamala Harris's tie-breaking vote. Senate Democrats are definitely growing impatient. They are prepared to go it alone on President Joe Biden's sweeping infrastructure package with a Democratic-only approach. At a closed-door lunch, Democratic Senator Kyrsten Sinema informed her caucus that she would try to get a bipartisan deal with Republicans on an infrastructure package. But after the meeting, one Democrat after another expressed deep frustration. President Joe Biden's infrastructure talks with Republicans ended. The end of the talks will increase pressure on Democrats to pass a sweeping package using a special process that does not require any Republican votes in the Senate. Weeks of negotiations failed to bring the White House and Republicans close to a deal. They remain far apart on the total price tag for a bill, which types of projects should be included, and whether to raise any new taxes. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said that as negotiations seem to be running into a brick wall, Democrats are pursuing a two-path proposal that includes focusing on new talks among a group of senators from both parties, including Kyrsten Sinema and Rob Portman. Chuck Schumer stated, "At the same time, we are pursuing the pursuit of reconciliation. It may well be that part of that bill that'll pass with a bipartisan, and part of it will be through reconciliation. But we're not going to sacrifice the bigness and boldness in this bill." After negotiations broke down, the backup bipartisan infrastructure group wrapped up an almost 3-hour meeting Tuesday evening in the Capitol. Republican Senator Mitt Romney had told reporters, "This group is making a lot of progress, but we have a total of 100 senators, not 8. We went through line by line, and we've got pretty good agreement on most of those and went to the pay-fors. There doesn't appear to be an agreement among the group on the overall top-line number, as well as how to pay for the bill. But senators are starting to float a rough timeline of within the next week, as when there could be a framework." A White House official said Republicans were asked whether they could raise their offer by a significant amount and that they couldn't. President Biden also asked them to be specific in thinking about how to pay for the proposal without the 2017 tax plan, and they couldn't do that either. Several lawmakers want to pass more relief money, either as a one-time direct payment or a recurring payment throughout the crisis, citing broad support from the public and financial analysts. According to a recent study, the first 3 stimulus checks helped reduce hardships like food insufficiency and financial instability. Biden is open to a range of ideas on what would be most effective and what's most important to the economy moving forward. More than 80 members of Congress have signed letters urging the president to provide repeated payments for the remainder of this crisis. And most recently, 7 members of the influential House Ways and Means Committee wrote to ask the president to include regular checks in his new families plan. Backers of additional stimulus checks are pointing to new evidence that previous payments offered crucial relief. A University of Michigan analysis of census data found that the 2 rounds of stimulus checks resulted in lower rates of financial instability and food shortages. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders wrote in a Twitter post, "Government can and should continue to address the needs of working people, not just the 1%. Growing numbers of everyday Americans are urging the government to provide further payments. Over 2.3 million people have signed an online petition started out by an out-of-work restaurant owner from Denver, asking for new $2,000 stimulus checks for adults and $1,000 payments for children. Leave a comment below if you support another round of stimulus checks. That is the end of the video, everyone. I hope you found this video helpful today. This coming Friday evening, I will be giving away another $75 Amazon gift card. To enter the giveaway, all you need to do is subscribe to my channel, like and share this video, and please remember to leave a comment below.
Mr. President, reserving the right to object, let me just say that over the last year, we heard constantly that you should, quote, stay home when you are sick. It's good advice, of course, and the right thing to do for public health, and I certainly encourage people to do it. But what I thought about every single time was, what about the workers who can't just stay home? Because there is a lot of them. Right now, 32 million American workers do not have access to a single paid sick day. Let me repeat that. 32 million people in the United States will lose pay if they stay home because they are sick or because they have to care for a sick loved one. And only 20% of private sector workers in the United States have paid family leave through their employer, meaning millions of workers will lose pay if they give birth or have a sick child, for just a few examples. What I hear from workers in these situations is they need to know they have the ability to take time off without worrying about losing their paycheck and without worrying about whether their boss will allow them. That's why I'm on the floor today to object in the strongest terms to the misleading titled bill the senator from Utah just proposed. His bill will allow employers to offer workers comp time instead of time and a half pay when workers put in overtime. Now, here's why this won't work when it comes to taking paid leave. Under this bill, the so-called Working Families Flexibilities Act, workers would have no guaranteed right to use the comp time they've earned even when there's an emergency.